Hi, I'm Russell from the library, and this is a demo of a game that we have available at the library for borrowing. This game is called Love Letter Premium Edition. It plays up to 2 to 4 players, up to 8 with the Premium Edition. And it is a very simple game. All you do is draw a card, and you already have a card, and then you'll play one or two of them based on what you want to do. Each of these cards has a little bit of text at the bottom that will tell you what it does, and so we'll run through some of the actions that they can do, and I'll kind of explain the base concept behind the game. So to start off, you are all suitors that are trying to court the princess. Lovely little princess here. She is trying to find a suitor for her, and she will be open to receiving your love letters, but the path of true love never did run smooth, so there are a number of complications. The Countess is her best friend, the King is her father, and the Prince is her brother, and we go down the line all the way from the handmaid that knows her fairly well to the Baron that kind of wants to court her as well, to the priest who listens to the princess's confessions, down to the lowly guard that's just trying to protect the castle and keep everybody safe. So, I'm going to kind of run through how you get your love letter to the princess and gain a token of affection. This is points, so the person with the most tokens of affection at the end of the game is the winner. And how do you get these tokens of affection? Well, you get these tokens of affection by being the last suitor standing in a round, or by having the highest card in your hand at the time there are no more cards to draw. Basically, we are using members of the court to get to the princess. If you have the princess card in your hand, she basically already has your love letter and already knows that you're trying to court her. The only catch is she is the highest card, and if she does have your love letter, that's really good. But if at any point in the game you have the princess, you can't get rid of her. If you get rid of her, she's thrown your letter into the fire, and you're not getting any token of affection this round. You're basically knocked out of the round until the next round comes up. So how do you eliminate people from the round? Well, one of the ways is by playing the guard. So basically, you'll draw a card, and you'll look at your options, and you'll play one or the other. So let's say for now you decide, I'm going to play the guard, and I'm going to guess what somebody else is. If you guess correctly, they're knocked out of the round. So if, for example, I played the guard, I put it down in front of me, and I'm guessing somebody has, you have the prince, and sure enough they do. They are knocked out of the round, so they take their card and they put it down in front of them. And they're out of the running for a token of affection. So the next person I just drew is the priest. So if instead of playing the guard, I decided to play the priest, basically the priest is rank 2, and they will look at somebody else's hand. So what I'll do is I'll say I'm playing the priest, put it down in front of me, and look at another person's hand. Now, say I look over to the other player and they give me a card because I'm using the priest on them. They reveal what their card is to me, and oh, they have a Baron. Now, it is in their best interest to get rid of that Baron as quickly as possible. Otherwise, next time around, I will definitely play the guard on them and guess that they have a 3, and I'll be right, because they do in fact have the Baron. So they want to play that card next. So say we get to the next player, and they're trying to decide what they want to do, and they have an option between these two cards. So basically, what the Baron will do is compare hands with someone, and that person, if they have the higher card, they win, and it backfires on you, and you're knocked out of the round. But if they have a lower card, you will compare hands, and they will be knocked out because you have the highest card. So it's not that I'm playing a 3 as the highest card. I'm playing whatever's left in my hand. So of these 2 cards, I play the Baron. I have a 4, and I'd say, for example, I know that somebody has a low card, and so I'm going to play the Baron to challenge them to face off, whoever is the better suited suitor. So they'll reveal their card to me in secret, and then I see they have a 2, and I will show my card to them in secret. I have a 4, I'm higher, they're out. So what they will do is show that they have a priest in their hand, put it up for everyone to see. So now the prince and the priest are out of the game. I'm still in the game, but I've played a Baron, so everybody knows right now Prince has been played, a Priest has been played, and a Baron has been played. Now, the next card, as I was showing you earlier, is the Handmaiden. She is the princess's faithful handmaiden. She protects her. So basically, the handmaiden's role in this game is if you play her, no one can attack you. So the priest can't look at your hand, the Baron can't compare hands with you, and the guard can't guess what you are. So let's say, for example, I draw 2 cards, and my 2 cards are the Prince and the Handmaiden, but I don't really want to play the Prince because it's a higher card, so I will play the Handmaiden in front of me. I'll play it in front of me, and now nobody can touch me for the rest of that round. So if a guard is trying to guess what I am, a priest is trying to find out who I am, or a Baron is trying to compare hands, it can't be done because the Handmaiden is protecting me for that round. So it gets to the next person, and they're trying to decide between 2 cards. They get Prince as one of them. Now, if you suspect that somebody is holding the princess, and remember I said, if the princess is discarded, she throws your letter in the fire and you're knocked out of the round. Well, the prince's ability is to force someone to discard a card, their card that they're holding right now, and draw a new one. So I would play the prince and say to the person that I think has the princess, discard your card. So obviously they show they have the princess. She's out of the round now. Because if you discard the princess, you immediately are knocked out of the round. So she puts that in front of her, and play continues clockwise. So the next person, say, draws the king, and they have a good idea that maybe somebody has the countess or the next highest card after the princess, because the princess is out of this game at this point. Now, the king's special ability is exchange a card with a person of your choosing. So I will play the king in front of me, and I will pick someone. Maybe I think somebody has a more valuable card than myself. I know that my other card is a guard, and we exchange hands. So now they know what I have is the countess, and I know what they have is a guard. See, now the thing is, they now know what I have, and it will get back around to them. So if I give them the guard, they're going to guess that I'm the countess, and I'll be knocked out of the game. So maybe that isn't something that I want to do. But say I had a priest in my hand, and I'm exchanging cards, so they get a 2, and they already know who I am, so their power is kind of useless, but I have the 7. And say that the deck has run out, and we're the only 2 suitors left. We compare hands. 7's higher than 2, so I get the token of affection from the princess, because I was the highest card standing amongst all the suitors. Now, the countess's only special ability is, well, basically, you have to discard her, if she's seen with either the king or the prince. She can't be seen with either of them because the court starts to whisper, gossip, saying, "Oh well, what is the countess doing with the king, or what is the countess doing with the prince?" So if you're ever drawing two cards and one of them happens to be the prince, one of them happens to be the countess, you have to play the countess in front of you. Now, it's a very hard card, and people start to wonder, well, why are you playing the countess? Because she doesn't have any other effects other than if she's caught with the prince or the king, she's discarded. So you're led to believe that maybe the person is holding one of these cards, a 5 or a 6, and, well, somebody has a guard, they're going to take a stab at you, and maybe they're right. You do have the king, and you're out of the round, and you don't get that token. So, basically, you keep playing the round, playing all the cards, all their powers. It's just basically you have a card, and you take one more, and you see what you want to do and how that would affect kind of the gameplay. That's why it's recommended for 14 and up, although I've played it with younger kids, and it's actually a really fun game. It goes really quick. You can play it in under half an hour, and that is Love Letter. So feel free to leave us a comment what you think of this video series. We're starting just a series to explain some of the games we have at the library for you. So we'll see you guys next time.